Most people don't have a problem with the achievement of their goals. Most people have a problem with setting them in the first place. Let me tell you, you never actually achieve the goals that you set. You actually reveal the identity behind the person that is going towards the goal. There's a certain distinct character that you are playing that first of all thought about the goal in the first place and then decided to go after it. And here is the problem. The problem with many, the majority, I'll say 95% of the world, because 95% of the world is living unconsciously. 95% of the world is literally going after goals that are mistakes. They are going after mistaken goals because of the inability to feel, and to think about what they're thinking about. So today, what I'm going to teach you is how to properly assess and how to properly set the goals that you are desiring to achieve for your life. And I'm going to show you that how these mistaken goals start. And trust me, you'll be shocked to know that every one of these mistaken goals, you created each one of them. Let's jump right into this. All right. A goal, what's a goal? A goal is simply just a direction. It's like a GPS address that you set in your own GPS, your own body, mind compass that takes you somewhere to something. That's what a goal is. Now, this is the problem because there has to be energy behind the goal. The energy behind the goal that you set will determine whether or not you follow through with the goal, whether or not it feels aligned with you based upon your values, based upon your value assessment of your own values, and also whether it actually creates fulfillment from within you. That's the most important. Whether the goals create fulfillment within you is going to determine if you're going to stick with it. Because here's the important part. You have to understand why you're doing something in order to get up every morning to keep doing it. All right? So, again, there's 7 reasons. I'll write this down. Every time we do this, I'm going to put down these 7 reasons, because it's only 7. These 7 reasons you're not achieving the goals you want. Now you have a goal. It may be I want to lose 20 pounds for the summertime, be in the best shape of my life, make $1 million, find the love of my life. I want to grow my hair out. I want to start my own business. Whatever the goal is, you have got to understand that the energy behind that goal is going to determine whether or not you stick with it, whether or not you actually achieve it. So let's start with the first reason, right at the root. Now, again, we're talking about chakras. We're also talking about glands, we're talking about organs. What we're talking about is the distortion of energy flow that is going through your system. Your system's electrical. If you have blockages based upon, I'll say, mistaken goals based upon bad thought, negative thought, pessimistic thought, living in sympathetic resonance, which is basically fight or flight mode, having too much inflammation, having too many distortions in your lifestyle, this can literally stop the progress of communication from yourself to yourself, which then changes the energy behind execution of the goal. So at the root chakra, which is essentially the emotion of insecurity. So it's very common. It's extremely common. This is a person that says what? This person says, I want a goal that makes me look impressive to everyone in the world. You set a goal. I'm gonna save the world somehow. Like you're super something. I'm gonna heal 8 billion people. I used to do this. I used to set goals like that. Like, I'm gonna heal 8 billion people by myself, which is not impossible, but by myself, it's probably a stretch. And it wasn't that I was setting these goals based upon I want people to validate me or see me. I was setting goals because I wanted to make a big drastic change in the world. But I had to understand you have to have some energy behind it, some plans, some systems behind it. You can't just go out there and say, I want to go make me look impressive. I'm a gain 100 pounds of muscle or something crazy. That might be impressive to somebody, but it might not be impressive to everybody. So what you got to do is set these goals based on not insecurity, but security. Be secure within yourself. Because at this area of the root, which is at your ankle, at the back of your knees, and at your adrenals, which are going to be the caps on top of your kidneys, and even at your genitals. What you're realizing is that this is all image-based goal setting. This is where you get image-based goal setting. And what's happening here is you are setting big goals for validation. You need to be validated. That's why you set these goals. Whether it be making $1 million in a month or whatever. And I'm not saying that these are bad goals. I'm saying that the reason behind you setting them, if it's for you to reach your full potential, go for it. If it's for you to get applause or to get a like or for you to get celebrated by someone from the outside, hell no, don't go for that shit. Because now you'll be talking about the goals more than executing. Talking about losing weight and losing weight is two different things. You ain't gonna just talk about it. Talking about it don't do nothing. Talking about it is saying I'm affirming with no action. Now I teach you all to say affirmations, but you have got to affirm the affirmations with action behind them. You don't just affirm and say, I am fit, I am trim, I am lean, I am athletic, and not take your ass to the gym or go outside and put in the physical work. Do the push-ups, do the sit-ups, do the lunges, do the squats, whatever. Do the running. You have to get up and do the physical work. And so this is where you get to talking about things more than actually taking the action behind it. And then lastly, here's where you get to need others. You have to need others to see it. This is the biggest problem because most people live from the outside in, saying they have to see it to believe it, which is backwards. It's not how this works in the quantum realm. In the quantum realm, you have to believe it in order to see it because you're the one that's creating it. You're creating it. So because of that, instantly, the distortion is literally about appearance. It's about appearance of you. I'm going to be the person that does the thing, not alignment. Alignment with what you say, with what you value. So the shift in your head has got to occur. What's the shift? You set goals based on stability. Stability and truth. Because here's where the truth comes from. Security is not given to you out there. Security is not given to you through your bank account. It's not given to you to your paycheck, to your employer, even to your own business. It's given to you based upon the light within inside of you and how you deem your own value assessment towards yourself. You're the one that's going to create the security. It's inner security. Okay? As a result of this, you're going to start to pursue the goals that actually matter to you. And you're going to complete them. There's a simple story. I think Earl Nightingale talks about this story where he talks about Charles Schwab. He talks about Charles Schwab when he goes to, I believe it's Bethlehem Steel Company. He's talking to the gentleman, or I don't know if it was actually, So it was Charles Schwab. And what happens is he's talking about the gentleman that comes in and he tells him basically, you can list the 6 important things you have to do each and every day. And you have to cross out all of them and order them in the order of importance. Order them in importance. Order them in importance. He's telling Charles Schwab this, to order the goal that he has every single day in importance. First 2. Get the first 2 done. Don't move on to the next one until you have the first 2 done. Each day, just get the first 2 done. Let me explain how simplistic this is and how awesome this is. If you just write down in a things to do list every single day what you have to get done, the most important things that will actually move the needle, whether it's in your business, in your relationship, whether it's in your parenting, whether it's in your promotion, whether it's in your marketing, whatever thing that you need to do, you have to prioritize. And it's literally based upon what matters. Do what matters. You need more money? You should probably market more. That's it. I'm just giving you simplistic things. You need more energy, vitality? You should probably prioritize going to the gym. It's actually really, really simple. It's just doing what you know already inherently you need to get done. Next reason, sacral. Here's the emotion of resistance. This is the second goal of power struggle. This is at the body. This goes through your reproductive system. For women, that's your ovaries. For men, that's your testes. And this is probably the little kid syndrome that comes into adults, where they say, I don't want to be told what to do. You can't tell me what to do. They're putting your hand in your face. You can't do this. My mom was a teacher for pretty much all of my life. So I don't know her as anything else other than a teacher, and a really, really great one. And pretty much I didn't really get this, all they call the belt to ass thing discipline. That's not discipline, that's punishment. Discipline is redirection. Monday to Sunday, doing the same thing over and over again. That's discipline. I don't know where people got discipline and punishment mixed up, but maybe that's just how it is in the South. I don't know. What she always told me was to redirect myself and to create lesson plans. So every Sunday I create lesson plans, and I understand that I tell myself what to do. If I don't tell myself to do it, it will never get done. Now, I can ask questions, I can ask for help, people can give me suggestions, and if I'm open to receiving them, I will do what I'm told, and I will take instruction with openness and receptivity. I won't refuse it, because at this level of the sacral, the emotion is resistance. Here's a rebellious person that doesn't want to listen to shit. You know you should stop drinking. You know you should probably go to bed on time. You know you shouldn't be smoking. You know you shouldn't be doing addictive behaviors, eating fast food all the time. You know you should probably get up and go walking. But when someone tells you, fuck them. Don't tell me what to do. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass woman. Nah, you're a grown ass child. That's what you are. That's how children act. And so what happens at this level is this is rebellious goal setting. Rebellious goal setting, because mind you, people don't cross the street. Let's set the goal to cross the street. Anything that you do, you have to have already thought about it first, and you're doing it twice. Therefore, that means that at this level of rebellious goal setting, one, you are rejecting structure. You hate structure. Fuck a fitness plan. I don't need that. A diet plan. I don't need that. I don't need to track my progress. You are avoiding systems, but systems are what save you. Systems are what give you confidence. You always have something to fall back on when you have systems. How about setting goals with no plan? I'm gonna lose 20 pounds with no fitness plan, with no diet plan. I'm gonna eat what I want. I'm gonna work out when I feel like it. I'm gonna lose 20 pounds in the next 30 days. Watch me do it. Okay, I'm gonna watch you do it. I don't know if it's gonna be 30 days or 30 years, or it may never happen. The distortion at this level is you resist the process needed to achieve the goal. At this level, you're literally telling yourself that you want something, and you're telling yourself, I'm not going to do what it takes for me to go get it. I refuse to pay the price for me to achieve this actual goal. It must not matter to you that much. The shift is in your head. You must align yourself with structure and the flow, which is rhythm. You must regain the flow. Same thing in the sacral. This is your pleasure center. The root is your safety center and your grounder center. The sacral is going to be where you experience the pleasure. You have got to get back into the rhythm and the flow of the creator, of the divine. As a result, your goals become achievable, all because of consistent action. You're taking consistent action Monday to Sunday, doing what it takes for you to achieve the goal, paying the price, because you really want it. You really want it. At the third reason, solar plexus. This is also very common because this emotion is the one that says ego and anger. The emotion of ego and anger. At the body, this is the pancreas. This is the level of the gut, the liver, colon, pancreas. The mistaken goal is going to be revenge. So what you're doing is you're saying, I'll prove them wrong. This is probably the most common. because of the simple fact that people will have to prove somebody else, whether it be mama, daddy, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, husband, wife. I'll prove them wrong. You can't, don't tell me what to do, because here we're carrying over on the ladder. You just told somebody, don't tell me what to do. Now I'm going to prove you wrong. You think I can't do this? You think I can't be a millionaire? You think I can't be a professional such and such? You think I can't do this? I'm doing it because I need to prove you wrong. That's it. It's ego-driven goals. Setting goals literally to validate your worth. Now you're chasing your success out of spite. And what's happening is it's pressure-heavy execution because you can't fail. If you told somebody, I'm going to prove you wrong, you have all the pressure behind you to prove this person wrong. There is no flow in this at all. Your gut is going to be twisted the entire time you're going through the process. You have horrible digestion. I guarantee you're going to be consuming garbage food, caffeine, BS, maybe even alcohol. You're going to be so stressed out. The distortion is, even if you actually achieve this goal, the goal is going to be empty. You know why? Because you didn't do it for yourself. You did it to get back at somebody else. That was what you did it for. You set a goal to actually go back at somebody else. So now your success is supposed to hurt them. It's supposed to make them feel some type of way. Which makes no sense. You wasted all that energy on somebody else. The shift is, again, you set goals based on purpose, not based upon reaction. On purpose. You have to wake up every morning. You have to be on purpose, with a purpose. That means you're living with purpose. Okay, you're living with it. So you're executing everything with purpose. You should not go places that they don't do anything for you. They don't serve you. They don't do anything for you. Okay, you have to live on purpose. You have got to be on purpose. All right, if you're not on purpose, where are you going? The address was set. The GPS was set. You don't know. You're just blown in the wind. You're just floundering around, doing nothing. Fluttering around, doing nothing at all. Not helping nobody, not helping yourself. You ain't done enough. I'm just telling you that if you don't set your goals based upon purpose, you won't have the energy to sustain them. As a result, your goals will feel meaningful and sustainable. If you don't do that, your goals are going to feel like you have got to recreate motivation every single day. And I'm just here to tell you, that's not going to work. Do whatever you think you're in your power. But eventually, the motivation stops. And you have to figure out a way to generate why you're going to get up and do this today. The fourth reason, the heart, display of inadequacy. This is where you start to ask yourself, what if I'm not capable of actually achieving this goal? What if I'm not smart enough? What if I don't have enough connections? What if I just don't have what it takes to do this, to pay the price to get this done? Oh, that means emotion, self-doubt, low self-esteem, low value person, self-doubt. You don't ever know how anything works. You know what you're going for, but you don't know how you're going to get it. It's not up to you to know how you're going to get it. I had a mentee of mine, genius young lady, Marla, and I would always tell her on our calls, I would say, hey, your job is only to figure out what you want. Your job is not to question the universe or God as to how you're going to get it, because you are not that smart. You do not understand how to orchestrate everything in here, because we did not create this. We're part of the creator that created this. So all you got to do is set the goal with detail, give it everything you got, how it's supposed to work out. That's how it's supposed to work out. Now, the emotion again of self-doubt, you can feel it in your heart and your lungs. Your heart is not a pump. Your lungs are the pump. Your lungs pump the oxygen. Your heart is the valve that allows the blood, the spirit, okay, to carry through. There's 4 valves. What you have to do is you have to breathe deeper. Breathe deeper. Box breathing is great. You can do 4, 5, 6 seconds inhalation. 6 seconds, hold. 6 seconds, exhalation. 6 seconds, hold. Repeat that process. Do it for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. How long do you need to do it to get yourself relaxed and back in control of yourself? This is not where a person strives for bigger. At this level of the heart, where they're expressing the display of inadequacy, they are now small goal setting. Or they don't set anything at all. Because this is where you have got to control everything. And in order for you to control everything, it has to stay small. Because you can't control everything that's outside of you. It takes trust to do that. So now you're playing small / you're playing safe. You're playing it safe. There's no risk tolerance at all. I guarantee if you're trying to make more money, you will not invest a damn thing. If you're attempting to make more money, you won't take any investment, no risk tolerance. You won't take any opportunity to change what you're doing. There's people who are locked in W-2 employee jobs for 40 years. They stay at the same place for 40 years and they never pivot and never change. They underestimate their capacity. This is very sad because you're infinite. Just raise the light, your capacity changes. And how about lastly, you avoid stretching yourself. Because what if I break? That's what you're asking the entire time. What if I'm not capable? What if I can't handle it? What if I don't have the capacity? You need to stretch yourself in order to go. You must let go and grow. The distortion is you never fully expand. You never fully become the person that you're capable of becoming. You never get to see who you really are. You never get to actually push yourself to the limits so that you can raise the limit. That's how you raise the limit, you know. You push yourself to the limit. Go back to sleep, regenerate yourself, and then you raise the limit. I believe it's called the anterior mid-singular cortex inside your brain, where you do things that you do not want to do, and this part of your brain grows. This is the part of your brain that raises the capacity for you to accept challenges more and do things. You're basically doing hard things that you don't want to do. Y'all should try it. So, again, the shift here is you allow yourself to aim higher. If you drink bigger, you're going to get more. Just aim higher. Jim Rome says, don't go to the ocean with a teaspoon. Go to the ocean with at least a bucket. I say go with a dumpster or a swimming pool. Fuck a bucket. It better be a big bucket if I'm going to the ocean with a bucket. So think about this. As a result of this, your growth becomes natural. It's not forced. It's a wonderful process because now you're letting nature take over this process of growth. Nature does it all the time. Look outside and look around you. You don't have any responsibility to grow any tree or any blade of grass. It does it automatically. You don't think it will do it for you? I'm just saying. Fifth reason, the throat. Proving superiority. Here's your saying, I know exactly what I'm doing, but you ain't got no clue what you're doing. You don't know how to open the LLC. You don't know how to open the trust. You don't know how to open the bank account. You don't know how to organize your systems to pay bill. You don't know how to move your body in certain ways that allow you to train certain muscle groups. You don't know. All you can do is just go ask and say, I don't know. But you have this pride thing, because this is the emotion at this level, which is pride. And it's affecting your thyroid, parathyroid. You say you know everything. Once you say you know everything, you don't know anything. Because that's not how this thing works. There's an infinite amount of information. Things are being created constantly all the time. The main law in this universe is everything is changing. You need to change too. You cannot be some person that is closed-minded. When you're closed-minded, you close off your cells. So your cells are closed. They don't receive any water. They become hydrophobic, which they already are hydrophobic, but you have to be in parasympathetic resonance to basically relax and repair yourself. Get the blood to go back to your visceral organs. Once you start to be closed anything, close off to growth, close off to information, close off to knowledge, you become that person that says, I know everything. No, listen, you don't know shit. And you're very unfulfilled. Because this is rigid goal setting. Rigid goal setting because you're a rigid person. What happens is you begin not adjusting when needed. What does this mean? Someone just gave you the fucking feedback. They told you that you should probably pivot, drop this thing, go here. Everyone can see it but you. Everyone can feel it but you. Now, I'm not saying you listen to everybody on the outside to direct yourself. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when it's obvious, when it's literally obvious, when you can feel it inside your cells, and you still ignore the feedback, you're just being a rebellious person again, because you're still carrying over all these goals. You're at this level, but you still got all these prior to it. What happens then? Overconfidence without execution. You start being overconfident. I can take them. I'm not worried about them. Say you're an athlete without doing the preparation. You didn't do the preparation. Say you're a basketball player, a football player, or you're a cornerback going up against the star wide receiver. You can get your ass torched. Say you're a basketball player going up against the best player on the opposite team. You're going to get lit up. Say you're a coach going up against a top head coach from the opposite team. You'll get out coached. I'm just telling you that you preparation. It happens when you don't do it, because what happens is in this distortion, you stay stuck in the wrong plan. My body hurts. This fitness program isn't working. I've been doing it for like the last 6 months, and I haven't really seen too much of an increase. Have you attempted going harder? Have you attempted moving in different ways? Have you attempted raising your intensity level? You probably haven't. Doesn't do anything, because it's not that important to you. It's not that important to you. It's why you didn't change it, because you wanted to stay stuck and rigid. The shift is you stay open in your head and adaptable. This is what causes you to be in the flow. You have to be in the flow. You must stay open and adaptable. As a result, your goals evolve with clarity and, again, precision. Sixth reason, the third eye. This is competition versus community. The emotion is comparison. You need to keep up or get ahead. You need to keep up with somebody else or get ahead, because you're looking left and right, looking outside of yourself. That's where the emotion of comparison comes from. Also separation in that aspect. These are your perception systems, which are going to be at the pineal gland / pituitary gland. These are going to be interchangeable. What happens here is this is externally driven goals. It's all because you need to copy somebody else. My neighbor just got the new BMW 7 Series. I'm going to go get me a white one. They got a black one. Down the street, somebody sees you with the black one, and then with the white one, they get a blue one. I'm renovating my house and my garage. They renovating their house and their garage. I'm going to paint my house and renovate my garage. Chasing trends is really common. You start to adjust your business if you're an entrepreneur, CEO, because the trend is this. This is what's trending. You don't know it's going to phase out, though. It's seasonal. Trends are going to be seasonal. It's not going to stay. It's just going to go and phase out real quickly. And then lastly, you lose your personal direction because of the fact that you don't have it anymore. You're not going towards something. You're going towards what they're going towards. Well, they made $1 million doing it like that, but that ain't you. So you probably gonna make $1 doing it like that, or no money at all. I would not dilute myself. I would stay unique and authentic. Be vulnerable. Be accountable for what you're putting out, and be transparent. Keep it simple. The distortion is you're building somebody else's life. How many people have gone in and done? My mom and dad told me to be a lawyer, so I was a lawyer. My mom and dad told me I'd make a lot of money if I went to this vocation, so I did that because that's what they told me, because it's about making money. It's about money. It's not about being fulfilled. It's about making money. They should have told you that being fulfilled would get you money. They didn't do that. They said, go get some money, and then you'll be fulfilled, which is a lie. There's plenty of rich, wealthy people right now who are miserable, and they're broke in their mind. They got money inside their bank account, but their heart is void of anything. No energy. You set goals based on your vision, which is the third eye, the pineal gland, and the pituitary gland, HPA axis, telling you how you feel. Setting you up for success, because feeling are your prayers. You're setting goals based upon your vision of yourself, what you foresee for yourself in your own life. Now your path again becomes clear and original to you. Your last reason, at the crown. This is, again, pineal, melanated people, brown-skinned people, melaninated people. I will say this is the pineal for you, because this is the synchronization of melatonin and serotonin, which is melanin. And at the crown, this is the goal of no courage to be disliked, which is pretty sad. Because why? You're asking yourself, what will people think if I go all in? If I go all into this relationship, to this business, whatever it is that you're deciding to go all into, that you're on the fence about. What will people think if I go all into this? Why are you worried about them in the first place? They don't give a fuck about you. They're already miserable. That's why they're already talking crazy to everybody anyway. They're already miserable. What you worried about them for? The emotion is literally the fear of judgment from other people. Let me tell you right now, you'll never be free. You have no freedom in your life without the courage to be disliked by other people. You have got to have the courage to be disliked by others, or they will dictate everything that you do in your lifetime. Just because of your fear of embarrassment. Like they really give a fuck. They don't wake up next to you every morning. They don't pay your bills. They don't raise your children. They make comments on Instagram and TikTok and shit like that and Facebook. Fuck them. I apologize for getting. I had people do that. People would tell me, you sell snake oil to people, and people tell me all types of crazy shit. And I had to realize that they are miserable. They don't understand that I'm doing this because my heart wants to make people powerful. My heart desires to make everyone on the planet a god or a goddess. You don't know it's not possible for me to do it by myself. But they still throw their hate, spew their venom onto you. Let them. Because it's just them expressing themselves in the mirror to themselves. You ain't got to spew it back. You don't need to. If it gets where they cross over some boundaries, let their asses know. But, for the most part, keep your calm and your cool. Let them be miserable by themselves. Don't join in with misery. Don't do that. So, at the crown, at the body, it's going to be the nervous system, pineal gland, pituitary gland, CNS. What happens is, it's diluted goal setting because of entanglement, interference patterns. I wanted to focus on being healthy. I went out with my friends. My friends were drinking and smoking. I decided, based upon peer pressure, I was going to drink and smoke too, and release myself from my own goals. I forgot about my goals. And why? Because you're playing small to fit in with them. You were afraid of standing out. I'm plant-based. I've been plant-based for over 9 years now, and I love it. Can I go everywhere with everyone to go eat? Probably not. Because I just don't have anything to fucking eat. I'll pack my own lunch. I'll pack my own food. If I want to hang out with somebody who I know doesn't do the same thing as me, I'll pack my own food. I'll make sure that I'm taken care of no matter what. Because I'm not going to join into what they're doing just because it's available to me. I'm in that environment. I don't do it. I stick to my boundaries toward myself. You don't commit fully. Whether it be in a relationship, whether it be in a business, whether it be in an idea, you don't commit fully. And again, you avoid making bold moves. You're avoiding making bold moves because you're afraid of standing out. The distortion is you never fully activate your true potential, which is the whole point of your 7 chakras system and universal laws. And for you to get connected to divine oneness at this level of the crown. There's one main law in these 7 laws, which is everything is mind. It's just split into 7 different sections so that you can see each part of it that's going all the way up. But because everything is mind, you have to look at yourself and say, simply, are you who you think you are to be? The shift is you commit without needing approval from anyone. There's no permission slip for you to be yourself. There's no permission slip for you to be successful. Don't ask your spouse. I used to do this. I used to think that my spouse, my ex-wife, I'm divorced now. I used to think that my ex-wife was the person that I needed to validate my genius and my research. She didn't know shit about what I was doing. She knew about things she knew about, but she didn't care about what I was doing. She told me many times on occasion, you're bad at business. She told me many times on occasion, your formulas aren't very good. Or she told me many times that whatever I was doing was not conducive to success. I've heard it many times. That was not my number one fan. I'm my number one fan. All I have to do is go in the right room to find someone to validate that I'm in the right room, because they're talking about things I'm talking about, not because they say I'm smart or I'm genius. It's constructive interference, good vibes, not destructive interference. Many of you have your biggest hater who is your husband or your wife. You should probably look at them across and see that that person, if they want to go through a cleansing process, which they should, with you, maybe you can get them to clear their energy out, put everything out on the table, and see if that person is going to be conducive to your growth in the future. But you're only here one time. Don't be imprisoned by bullshit like that. Don't be imprisoned by that. My mom told me, she said, don't let anybody stop you from growth. Your goal is to grow. Your goal is to grow. Whether you got to leave them, whether you got to go somewhere else, find somebody new, your goal is to grow. Now, here is the goal-setting truth. The goals that you have are not failures themselves. The identity behind them is what fails. It's because you're setting goals that are reactive. Your execution to achieve the goal is inconsistent. Your motivation is fluctuating. That's because you're out of alignment. Now, when you're in alignment, here's the difference. Your goals are intentional. Your execution is steady. You show up every day, day to day, and your progress starts to compound like compound interest. 1% better every single day. It does actually make sense. Think of it as the goal equals the destination. Your identity is the driver of the vessel that is taking you to the destination. Now, if the driver, which is you, your identity, if you're distracted, what happens? You will crash. Okay? If you're fearful, you won't even fucking push down on the accelerator. You won't go nowhere. If you're reactive, you're going to get lost. You're going to take an exit off. You'll never reach the destination unless the driver, which is your identity, is clear. When you're clear, you arrive consistently. I've driven cross country, I think 8 times now, from Georgia to California, and specifically Atlanta to LA. It's about 28 to 32 hours, depending on stops or traffic. You're not going to get there in 1 hour. It takes about 32. And I've done it straight without stopping. Just rested myself, took the drive. And all I realized was all I got to do is just keep driving. I make 5 stops to fill up my tank. And I just continue to be consistent. Just keep on putting one foot on that gas pedal or cruise control, whichever one I, play my music, whatever I got to do, meditate, and I zone out. And I lock in on my destination. And I arrive at my destination. You don't need better goals, y'all. You need to have better internal states and coherence when you set them. You got to be coherent when you set your goals. You choose the right goals, okay? And you follow through naturally. You adapt without losing direction. Things are going to happen. It's not going to go perfect. This is how people think it's supposed to go in success terms. It's supposed to be like this, straight success. It's not true. In reality, it looks like this. But eventually, if you average it out, it's that. But it's all that. I was up. I was down. I was up. I was down for a long time. I was kind of up. I was down again. I was up again. I was a little down and then stayed for a little bit long. I was up. I was down again. And then I started going up again. That's what success really is. The other one is bullshit. So, I'm going to help you guys right now. Simply just by asking the right questions, okay? We're going to do a self-assessment on each section, each 7 reasons. I'm going to give you 3 questions in each, and I want you to just be honest and just say if yes or no to them. I'm going to think, I'm going to lean on the side of yes for most of these. At the root, the 3 questions. The first question is, do I set goals that I talk about more than I execute? Do I set goals that I talk about more than I execute? Second question, Do I feel the need for others to see or validate my goals? Do I feel the need for others to see or validate my goals? Third question, do I lose motivation when no one is watching? Do I lose motivation when no one is watching? If you said yes to any of these questions, you're chasing visibility. You're not chasing stability. You're just chasing being seen. You're buying the nice designer bag because you want somebody to clap for your designer bag, not because you like the bag. At the sacral, second reason, 3 questions. Do I resist structure, routines, or plans? Do I resist structure, routines, or plans? Next question. Do I avoid doing things just because I don't feel like it? Do I avoid doing things just because I don't feel like it? Last question. Do I start and stop often? Do I start and stop often? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you're resisting self-discipline and the flow. This is going to be probably the most obvious one. But next up will be pretty obvious as well. Solar plexus at the goal of revenge. First question, are my goals driven by proving someone wrong? Are my goals driven by proving someone wrong? Second question, do I feel pressure or tension when thinking about my goals? Do I feel pressure or tension when thinking about my goals? Do I push hard, then burn out? Third question, do I push hard and then burn out? If yes, if you answer yes to any of these questions, you're operating again from ego, not from purpose. This is reactionary. I need you guys to get in alignment with yourself. Fourth reason, we're going to the heart, display of inadequacy. First question, do I set goals that feel safe instead of expansive? Do I set goals that feel safe instead of expansive? Second question, do I doubt my ability to achieve bigger outcomes? Do I doubt my ability to achieve bigger outcomes? Third question, do I avoid fully committing? Do I avoid fully committing? If you answered yes, you're shrinking your true capacity. You are shrinking your true capacity. You are suppressing yourself to play it small, to play it safe. Fifth reason, at the throat, proving superiority. This first question, do I ignore advice or feedback when setting goals? Do I ignore advice or feedback when setting goals? Do I feel like I already know what to do? Do I feel like I already know what to do? Do I struggle to adjust when things aren't working? Do I struggle to adjust when things aren't working? Those are 3 questions. If you said yes to any of these, you are blocking your growth through your own ego and pride. Sixth reason, the third eye, competition versus community. First question, am I comparing my goals to others constantly? Be honest on this one, y'all. Am I comparing my goals to others constantly? Do I feel behind or pressured to keep up? Do I feel behind or pressured to keep up? Do I change direction often based on others? Do I change direction often based on others? If you've answered yes, you've lost clarity of your own vision because you've been looking at social media too damn much, staring at the outside too damn much. You haven't been paying attention to your own vision anymore. You lost track of your own goals. Seventh reason, at the crown, no courage to be disliked. Am I holding back on bold goals? Am I holding back on bold goals? Do I worry about what people will think? Do I worry about what people will think? Do I avoid going all in? Do I avoid going all in? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, you're prioritizing approval based over alignment. You're prioritizing approval of other people over your own alignment. Because when you make choices that you want to make, you become aligned. Okay? So I'll say if you've answered 1 to 2 with a yes, that's a minor distortion. Okay? But if you answered 3 to 5 with a yes, that's an active mistaken goal there. Okay? It's an active mistaken goal there. And if you've answered 6 plus, it's a dominant pattern, controlling results. Dominant patterns. You've got to look at those dominant patterns. That's how you score it. Okay, 1 to 2, if you answered yes, 1 to 2 yeses, minor distortions. 3 to 5 yeses, active mistaken goal. 6 plus yeses, dominant patterns. So the highest scoring section, if you look at it from the highest scoring section of each one of those, the highest scoring section will equal the chakra, which is the root, sacral, solar plexus, etc., plus the mistaken goal blocking execution. You can be able to self-assess yourself right there and figure out which mistaken goal you're actually in. You may be in more than one. You may be in 5 of them. You may be in all of them. All right? But here's the correction protocol. I teach the same thing, the same way. We're going to write step 1. Step 1 for the correction. Detoxification. All right? We're going to fix the inputs. What inputs are reinforcing the patterns is going to be food, it's going to be sleep, stimulation, environment. You got to correct it first. Herbal formulas are predominantly the easiest and most efficient. Not easy in terms of what you're going to be expressing, though, because you're going to be cleaning yourself out. So you probably have parasites. You probably have things that you have got to get out of your body. Again, we offer a 90-day Accelerator program, where I basically coach you through a cleanse where you can do it by yourself or you can do it with your partnership. I also have an elite VIP, elite immersion, which is a 12-month cleansing, which goes through seasonally 4 times you're doing it. Every 3 months you're doing it. You also have a journal, MP3 player, things that are helping you to reprogram yourself, a training program, simple training program, and also a plant-based diet program. Because I believe in the power of plant-based. I believe in the power of fruit-heavy. I believe in the power of energizing your body first. And detoxifying your body is going to recharge you, get you the energy so that you can go through the process, cleaning out the circuitry, clearing out the signals, so that now you can communicate with yourself. Always accurate, always honest, always vulnerable. Step number 2 is we're going to regulate the body. This is where you're going to have breath work daily. Box breathing, like I described. 6 seconds in, 6 second hold, 6 seconds exhalation, 6 second hold. You can do it for as long as you need to. You basically are prescribed it daily, to do it daily. Movement through exercise. I trained under Ben Patrick, which is the knees over toes guys, 2018, for like 6 months. I loved him. He was phenomenal. He validated everything that I thought was right, because I never had anybody else do it except for me. And when I saw him do it, and I do it with him, it was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. He's still going. He's got an exceptional business, ATG. Check him out. Knees over toes guy. He's had several problems with his knees, and he fixed them all. I mean, the guy's an exceptional athlete and man person. And also grounding is this area. Go to Amazon.com, order a grounding cord or a wrist strap, or order a grounding mat, or a grounding blanket, or a grounding pillowcase, and ground yourself overnight. You need to get negative electrons inside your body ASAP. This would stabilize your nervous system. Step number 2. All right. Step number 3, we're gonna go with the output action, and also I'll put interoception. I'm going to put, this is actually, step number 3 is actually more simple than that. It's going to be reprogramming. So here's where we're going to reprogram. And this is going to be through 2 things, mainly. Metacognition, thinking about what you're thinking about. This is meditation. Interoception, feeling how you're feeling. So you're going to get yourself statements to reprogram yourself. Like at the root, tell yourself daily, I'm stable, without validation. At the sacral, you're going to say, I follow structure with ease. You're going to repeat these things to yourself. You're doing it. You're going to be doing this, recording yourself doing it on your own MP3 player, playing it overnight. At the solar plexus, you're going to say, I'm acting from purpose, not from pressure. You're doing this. Again, metacognition, meditation. You're also going to be doing interoception, feeling how you've been feeling. Step number 4 is simple. It's just taking action. Okay, but it's consistent action. Step number 4 is I'm going to put action, execution. You got to go before you're ready to go. You got to get things done before you're ready to actually do them. Give yourself one measurable action that you can take. Prioritize it. Where you're prioritizing your actions daily and you're keeping up with your own motivation. So I have a journal that you're going to be following. If you're going through one of my programs, you're going to be going through this process. We have a daily journal, training program, everything. And it's going to be written out for you to do. And you must check it off if you get it done or not. You have to get it done. If you don't get it done, it's because you didn't want to get it done. All right? You're making a commitment to yourself. Step number 5 is the identity. So step number 5 is the evidence. Step number 5, I'll put evidence, which is basically identity. You'll see another video I have where it's called regulation precedes interpretation. This is where all your actions are completed. You're doing it consistently, changing your emotional state. You should become a brand new person. It doesn't take long. Okay, you may 50 years being one way. It can take you 1 year to change all 50. As long as you are consistent and you're overtaking what's been happening to you, that transformation loop is going to change you. So again, step number 1, herbal formulas, you'll see it like a reset button. That's why our formulas are so powerful. We use all the ingredients to basically get you back your mineral content, also get you back where you're recharging your brain and your body and you're cleansing yourself of pathogens, parasites, things that are distortions. That's just mainly the most important part of this thing, detoxification. Nervous system regulation, meditation, metacognition, grounding, sleep regulation, go to bed at night, 10 o'clock, cut it off by 10 o'clock, y'all. You gotta go to bed. Okay, breath work. And then step number 3, subconscious reprogramming. Affirmations, identity statements. But they don't work unless you take action behind it. Emotional integration, let their emotions process and pass through. Pattern awareness. Step number 4, behavioral execution. Communication is going to be changing. Make different choices. Discipline is going to show up. Standards based upon you're raising them for yourself, they rise. Step number 5, identity reinforcement. You're locking in a brand new person. And this is how you achieve your goals. You achieve all your goals. Because you reveal the identity behind them and you change it. You have brand new goals. Hope this video helped you guys. Like, share, subscribe. I hope you guys understand how to set new goals, become a new person, and I'm helping you guys get to that. If you guys are looking for a VIP, a coaching program, a detoxification program, click link in my description below. You will see 3 options. The 90-day, you'll also see the VIP Elite Immersion 12-month. You'll also see my book is going to be coming out shortly. It's going to be published and put out digitally and physically for you guys by the end of this month. My birthday is coming up in April 26th, so I'm happy to get it out there by my birthday. And ultimately, I'm just here for you guys. So just check out the library of information I got. Everything I have is, all information is accurate. It's researched. I researched it for 20 years plus. I've been going through the process. And I believe I need to be the biggest billboard for what I'm telling you guys. So I need to make sure I'm healthy. I need to make sure that I'm radiating at a high vibrational clip because I want you all to understand that it's not just me. I'm not an anomaly. I'm no different than you are. If I can do it, you can do it. All right? All right? Catch you guys later. Next time. Peace.